Hello, my name is Mark Anders. I live in North Carolina. I'm married and have a family with 2 daughters. I'm an ordained minister and a former pastor and current speaker, itinerant type speaker, and speak in various places in the local area and churches. And I wanted to share a little bit of a story with you to lead in here and to tell you a little bit about what this channel is going to be about. First of all, I want to relate an experience I had right before, sometime before I left the pastorate several years ago. And I received a phone call at the office from the local hospital, and they were calling from a psychiatric unit. And the people up there said to me that there was somebody up there, a young lady who was in desperate despair and needed to talk to somebody. They asked me if I could come as soon as possible. They were evidently going to try to get whoever they could that could come as soon as possible to help her, or to try to help her. I went up there as soon as I got the message and went in to speak with her. She was a young lady. She was sitting in a chair, and she really looked like someone who was in a lot of despair and was very distraught. I asked her, told her who I was, and asked her what was going on with her. And she said that she had just come from an area, from somewhere. She was driving her car, and she had pulled her car over, and she had a pistol that was laying down beside her in her car. And she was sitting there just trying to decide if she wanted to keep on living or if she wanted to end it all right then. And she said to me that I felt like that you were my last hope, that I was going to talk to one more person, try to see if there's anything, any kind of help available. Well, I was glad in a sense that I could tell her I understood fully what she was going through, for she had depression, clinical depression. Only that kind of depression can make you want to take your life, trust me. And she shared with me a little bit about what she had been going through, and I told her that I understood her. I didn't sit in judgment on her. I was able to relate to her because I know exactly what it feels like. There have been times in my life when I almost envied people who committed suicide because they had the courage to do what I would not. And so it is very, very trying and very, very difficult. When people ask the question, is depression real? Is mental illness real? Well, yes, it is real. And anybody who tells me it's not real, I have only one response. And that is when you get up in the morning, you go down and get on your knees, and you thank God that you don't have to deal with it. It's very, very difficult, very trying, very hard on you. What are things like chronic clinical depression? Illnesses like OCD and schizophrenia, anxiety, bipolar disease, schizophrenia, various kinds of mental illnesses that are out there. What are those? And if you have one of those, where can you turn for help? And you'll find that you'll have to have 2 kinds of help, both physical help and spiritual help. You might add emotional help. We'll talk a little bit in the future videos about what the difference is between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. What's the difference between the two? We'll talk about the question in depth about, can God help you with mental illness? And I want to say right now that yes, He can, because He helped me, and I will share about that in coming videos. Who should I talk to about having the problem of depression? I'm talking about in terms of your family and friends. Who are the kind of people you should talk to? Well, you'll find that what I will recommend is that you try to limit your speaking about it to people who understand where you're coming from. Now, you have to go to doctors, and when you go to a doctor, you have to share with him, and you have to depend upon his advice and his medical expertise to be able to try to help you in whatever way he can. But when you talk to others, about your problem and they've never experienced it, they really cannot understand. Even a doctor who has never experienced depression cannot understand fully what you're going through. The only people that will be able to understand fully what you're going through are people that have been through it just like you have. And so I will recommend that, and we'll talk about all of those things. I want to be a friend to you. This channel is not going to be about being judgmental of people. I'm going to take people at face value when they share about the problem of depression, what they're having. I'm not going to judge them and tell them that they have to, that they can snap out of it and take care of it themselves if they just would and exercise the willpower. That's not the way this works. And we want to talk about what you're going through. I want to talk about in our next video about what depression or what mental illness is like. How does it affect us? How do you know if you have mental illness that you might need more help? I want to talk about all those things, and I want us to become related by our understanding and our experiences. I want to be able to help. I want to be a friend. And so my prayer is that God will use this to reach as many people as He can, because I'm going to relate to you some things that are very, very straightforward. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to talk about the exact kinds of things that you're going to be facing, the things that go through your mind, the kinds of feelings that you're having, and the harmful thoughts you might be having, thinking of doing harm to yourself or others. And so I hope you'll come back for the next video. This is more of an introductory video to this. The next video I will speak more in depth about how mental illness affects you. I'll talk about how it affected me and tell you a little bit about my story so that in some way it might help you as well. So thanks for stopping by. If you think you might like this channel and you might like to hear these videos and learn more about it, you can click on the subscribe button, click the like button, and click the notification bell so that you will know when I put out another video. At this point, I'm thinking of putting out at least one video a week, maybe two. But when I put one out, I want it to be very thorough, and then we'll come back again to another video and speak about it. You'll be able to put comments down in the comment section to ask questions of me. There'll be privacy. I will try to address the questions that you have because I do care about what you're going through and want to do all I can to help you. So God bless you. Thanks for coming by, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.